Excellent. So now we're going to use SOCAR TOA, or sine, cos, and tan, to help us find a missing side. Now there are two types of missing sides you can find. One of them is slightly algebraically easier than the other, so I've split them into two videos. All right, I hope you like my maths meme. I thought it was quite funny. But then, yeah, strange sense of humor from maths teachers. Okay, so let's have a look at this. So we're finding a side from an angle. In order to do this, we need to know one angle and one other side on a triangle. Okay. All right, so here is my triangle. It's going to be very, very important here that I label this carefully because there are two sides that I could possibly find. Only one of them is marked. Okay, it's the marked angle I'm looking for. There is my hypotenuse, and remember I'm always referencing that 30-degree angle, and that K is on the adjacent because it's next to. Now that's automatically told me I've got A and H, so that's going to be cosine. All right. Now the next step I do is fill in, okay, the information. This time putting cos of 30. You'll notice that I've replaced the hypotenuse with the 7. Okay. At this point I have to do a little bit of algebraic manipulation, which means I need k on its own. So in order to do that, I'm going to multiply by 7. So what happens is this puppy here comes up and multiplies. All right. Okay, leaving k on its own, and then I can load that straight into my calculator, which is 6.1 centimeters. Notice I've got a unit on the end because I was given a unit in the question. Okay. Second question here. This one I've got 50 degrees is my marked angle up here. I'm going to need to be very careful labeling my sides for this one, as all triangles. That is the opposite. Okay, you'll see the arrow is pointing to the opposite, and I've got the adjacent. So O and A means I'm TOA, so I'm going to go with tan. Put the formula down. Okay, it's tan of 50. I'm going to fill in. Now the R is on top, okay, and I don't know what that is, or the opposite's on top, and the 4 is on the bottom. Now tan, you have to be very, very, very careful, because if you put the 4 on the top, it would be incorrect for the question, but it would give you an answer that looks valid, all right, even though it's wrong. Okay, and then I just, excuse me, multiply up by 4, both sides, and I get a statement that looks like this, and then I can run the numbers. Last question, here we go. This one I've got, again, labeling hypotenuse. That K is the opposite, so obviously I'm going to use sine. Okay, and it's in reference to that 25-degree angle. So let's fill that information in. Okay, should be well used to that now. Multiply by the 12, and there is my answer. If you're used to using a trig TP instead, that is a little thing that looks like that, that is okay to use. If you're not used to using it, I wouldn't pick it up as an option. But if you've done them before, that is fine with me.